John Hoffman, thank you very much for joining us. You are in charge of LCRA operations. Gosh, give us the bullet points right now.
Well, Jim, where we find ourselves right now is with a very, very significant event based out of the Llano River watershed. It has rained at a considerable rate for a couple of days on an already saturated watershed. We are seeing 24-hour rainfall totals, 48-hour rainfall totals in the range of 8 to 12 inches throughout that part of the watershed. And since midnight, we're seeing rainfall totals that are a half a foot throughout a large part of that part of our basin. So the Llano River has continued to rise throughout the night. We've had a couple of times where it would seem to peak and then it would continue to rise. The current inflow levels measured at the Llano gauge are in the 268,000 cubic feet per second range. To give you a sense of what that means, that's 182 Olympic-sized swimming pools every minute.
Okay, John, I guess first and foremost, what we're most concerned about is who is in danger right now on Lake LBJ or on Lake Marble Falls or that lower end of the Llano River there?
So low-lying areas, anyone within that part of the riverine part of the watershed, in particular, the upper end of both of these reservoirs where the water comes in, where the water comes into Lake LBJ from the Llano River and also from
Sandy Creek,
and then immediately downstream of Wirtz Dam and Starkey Dam, where the water comes immediately out of the dam into both Lake Marble Falls and Lake Travis. Those areas are of particular concern. However, Jim, I would say that Lake Marble Falls, because of its narrow nature, it's not a very big lake. It's in terms of acre-wise, it's one of the smallest lakes in the Highland Lakes chain. That whole area is of concern. So
what are you recommending to people if they live within, X number of feet of the river or the shoreline? Are there any evacuations that you're recommending at this point? Monitor the situation. All this debris, all these boats that we're seeing flow down the river, these are coming from the upper end of LBJ, right?
Yeah, we're in constant communication, Jim, with the local emergency management officials that actually make those calls with respect to whether evacuations are necessary or not. And so all the information that we have, we are in communications with those local emergency management officials, and they're responsible for making sure that people are out of harm's way. I would underscore the fact that if you're within proximity to any of those projects along the Highland Lakes, that you pay very close attention to both the weather and to your own unique site-specific situation, and don't play with this. Take whatever precautions you need to be safe. I know
John and Sally are going to have a couple questions for you in just a second. Yeah. One more quick thing. Have we ever seen anything like this, first of all? I'm thinking back to the '97 flood right now, and obviously the lake wasn't this developed back in 1935, but in your experience, have you seen anything like this?
'97 is the event that comes closest to what we're seeing right now, Jim. That's a good data point.
And also, with the flow that's still to come, John, the Llano has just peaked at near an all-time record level in Llano, but that water's not yet even to LBJ. What do you anticipate in the coming hours?
What we're seeing right now, I anticipate to continue in terms of near-record inflows into the system.
Worsen?
Excuse me?
Was it going to worsen? Is it going to be worse than it is now? Is Lake LBJ going to go even higher?
I think it's likely that it will, yes.
So could it get up to the 1431 bridge, you think?
I'm not advised.
Okay. And below, I know there was a level forecast to be 30 to 35 feet just below Wirtz at the upper end of Lake LBJ, a 30 to 35 foot rise up in that area.
I think that's a reasonable projection.
So there's no way, John, that more floodgates can be opened on Wirtz, right? Because you're maximum capacity on Starkey, or would you consider opening even more?
We will have to look at whether there is anything else that can be done on Wirtz Dam or not.
So with the inflow coming in, it's not out of the question. You might have to open more on Wirtz, which would then take Marble Falls even higher.
That's correct.
Okay, one more quick question. John and Sally, I know you probably are itching to ask some questions.
No, sir, go ahead.
Lake Travis, that lake's going to fill up today, isn't it?
There's a good chance that Lake Travis will be the conservation storage or water supply storage of Lake Travis will fill up today. Yes.
And with all this debris flowing in from Starkey right now down into Lake Travis, I would think that it's not a good idea to be on Lake Travis either. Boaters, fishermen, anybody. Would you agree?
That would not be advisable.
All right. Should anyone on Travis right now be taking any type of precautions so that they beat this flood?
I think from a reasonableness standpoint, it would be very smart for people along Lake Travis to go ahead and take whatever precautions are necessary to secure their property. And to take the steps that are wise in light of the amount of rise that we see possibly coming from these flood flows, and obviously to the extent that there's any kind of a safety issue, they need to take care of that first.
And John, you said, and it bears repeating because that really stood out to me, the current level of flow is 182 Olympic-sized swimming pools every minute.
182 Olympic-sized swimming pools every minute at 268,000 CFS.
And is that the worst, or is it going to get even bigger?
That's the peak.
So obviously that's dangerous.
It actually peaked a little higher than that.
Higher than that. And obviously, how dangerous is that then for people watching at home thinking? They can't even imagine it.
Yeah, it's a significant amount of water, a very significant amount, historic amount of water coming into the system.
John, this is John Dabkovich, and Jim Spencer had mentioned that y'all expect Lake Travis to fill up today. Do you have any concern that you may need to start letting water out of Lake Travis as well?
Not at this time.
Mm-hmm. And what about all the debris that's going to flow?
I want to underscore, John, this is a very dynamic situation. Mm-hmm. And as long as this system stays where it is and does not move, and it continues to add rainfall to what we have, it is a very, very dynamic and rapidly changing situation.
Okay. Thank you so much, John.